Well, I'm behind Monocacy Brewing and didn't ever know that there was anything here, but there is, and it's called Plantia?
You got it.
Plantia. Yeah. This is Brandon and Laura, newly transplanted, pun intended, to Frederick area. It's fascinating what you have accomplished, kind of, well, what feels like a short period of time to us, 8 weeks here. Yeah. But years in the planning, I guess, and the makeup. So at the core, Plantia is?
We're mission driven to encourage, we're growing new gardeners and encouraging folks to plant more natives.
Yeah, so you're all about the native plants.
Absolutely.
Because what is the importance of having more native plants here in not only just Frederick, but Maryland as well?
So throughout the last 50 years, we've gotten a lot of, we've always relied on ecological conservationists, and they've always gone out to areas where us homeowners don't really travel to, whether it's nature reserves, just conservation reserves, and we have state parks, we have federal parks, however they're all islands. And so the mission is to encourage more homeowners to plant more native plants to bridge these islands. In the last 50 years, we've lost 3 billion birds.
Okay.
40% of the plants on Earth are facing extinction as we speak.
Okay.
And so our efforts are to just get more natives planted out into the communities while increasing the environmental literacy of residents, informing them what plants are invasive, plants that we need to remove first. And it's not all about getting rid of your hydrangeas or knockout roses. It's just planting more natives throughout your garden.
Yeah, because I do love my hydrangeas.
Absolutely.
I don't have as many now in my new house, but I do love the hydrangeas. But I get it. Look, I mean, I think, our local insects, animals, they all depend.
That's it. And so with insects, 90% of all pollinating species have co-evolved with a single plant or a couple plants.
Right.
They need those plants to live.
Yeah.
Now, one of our fan favorites is the butterfly bush. I'd say 7 out of 10 homes is guaranteed to have a butterfly bush. Well, the butterfly bush doesn't support not one single species here in America.
Right.
The butterfly bush, in fact, its flowers will produce a show, but the nectar that it's producing is very minimal. So you'll get butterflies bouncing around because they're getting tiny sips. They're happy they found a plant, but it's not giving them everything they need.
Right.
So planting something like a button bush or New York ironweed, certain Lepidoptera species have co-evolved with that to be able to eat the leaves, grow as caterpillars. Some of those caterpillars make it into butterflies. However, caterpillars are also the #1 energy transfer from the plant kingdom to the animal kingdom.
Wow, very cool.
So it's like the Wagyu steak for birds.
I love it. I love it. And so to support kind of this native plant growing at your home, you've made a cheat sheet for us dummies in the plant world and the landscape world, so that it makes it simple for a homeowner to put these plants in places where they have growth room and they can support one another in their growth journey.
Absolutely.
I love this. I really do.
It's great if you can, buy one native plant and plant it. However, it's even better if you can plant maybe 3 of the same kind. So if you think about
always threes, you landscapers.
Yes,
always
3s,
odd
5s,
numbers,
7s.
Florists as well. I love it. I've learned a lot lately about that.
Absolutely. There's a psychology behind that.
Yeah.
So planting in groups, now the pollinators have a better chance of seeing that plant, finding it. And a certain plant like a goldenrod. A goldenrod is a host to over 105 different pollinating species.
Wow.
So talk about diversity. So with these templates, we take into account aesthetics. We got to, you want your garden to look good. You want it to tie in.
Yeah.
However, we've also chosen plants that'll socialize well together, and we give you successional blooms. So in the spring, you have a show. When that fades, the summer show comes up. When that fades, the autumn show comes up.
I love all that.
And now wintertime, we recommend leave it all up for habitat support during those cold months. And late winter, early spring, chop it all down. Everything reemerges bigger and lusher than it was in the previous year.
I love it. And so if you don't want to go the DIY route, you guys are available to come out, scope out your property
Absolutely.
and decide on a plan.
Yep, for folks looking to make the conversion and the transition into native gardens, we do offer a full-scale landscape design. We use architectural software so we can put your house in a computer, show you everything, zoom in on plants, zoom out, match textures, match colors, try different plants, all before we would put a shovel to the ground.
Yeah, that's really exciting actually. And I think that there are a lot of people, even like me, who want to support our environment somehow and just have no idea. It's overwhelming to walk into nurseries. It's crazy to kind of, and I kind of like a human to human, I pick the pretty ones or I pick the not necessarily the best, right?
Correct, correct. And that's, it's conscious gardening.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we at Ecoplantia, we do a lot of the research for our customers so they can walk in, know what they're getting.
Yeah.
We tell them if it's a straight species native or if it's a cultivar and why we selected that cultivar.
Yeah.
So with cultivars, if you're changing the flower shape or the flower color or the leaf color, well now those insects that like those plants, they don't recognize it anymore.
I'm not quite sure, yeah. So what if you were gonna tell somebody the top 3 native plants that people like at their home? Do you have kind of like a top?
I sure do. I could say the top 3. What I'll always recommend is mountain mint.
Okay.
So in 2013, the Penn State Extension program did a pollinator trial, and across the board, mountain mint was #1.
Okay.
Mountain mint is native to our area, which we carry. It's about 2.5 feet tall, 2 feet wide, and it's not like mint that we all knew from our, you know.
Not in your mojito. Mint.
No, it's not spearmint. It's not going to take over, spread, and kill your garden.
Yeah.
It's much more well-behaved, slow spreading, clump forming.
I actually kill mint.
Oh, gosh.
All my friends are like, it's a weed. I have other plants. For some reason, mint hates me. But anyway, I like this, so it's not,
totally different.
Yeah.
So we got mountain mint. #2, I would say goldenrod.
Okay.
So again, goldenrod's going to attract over 105 different pollinating species. So it's
Yeah.
very diverse. #2 on that list, I'd have to go with smooth aster or New England aster.
Okay.
So that's going to be a close second to that goldenrod.
Yeah.
And now they're both what Dr. Talamy considers keystone plants.
Okay.
So a keystone plant is a plant that if you took that out of our system, an ecosystem would crumble. That
collapse.
local system would collapse.
Yeah. It's like your third leg on a bar stool or something. Okay.
It sure is.
Yeah. And do you have a 3? I know we had 2 that were tied for
Oh,
second.
mountain mint. All right. I'm a sucker for black-eyed Susans.
Yeah.
Which is another keystone plant.
Yeah. I'd like to see more black-eyed Susans out here.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
see nearly as many. Yeah, I'd like to. I might have to have you come to my house and tell me where to plant them.
Oh,
I think that would be
anytime.
great. Yeah. Okay, so you guys are available for landscape. Laura, you got sucked into all of this.
I'm just the emotional support.
Well, let me tell you, as an entrepreneur, that is probably a 90% job.
Oh, yeah.
Were you into gardening, plants, and all of that before?
No.
So now you're.
I mean, I've been around it. My dad is a retired golf course superintendent.
Oh.
And my mom is a great gardener, as is my sister. But
Yeah.
I've always rented, so I never really had the opportunity to do so. But,
Awesome. All right, so people can come here to the shop now, which is right behind Monocacy Brewing, next to Duet with Music and on North Market Street.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And are you here every day?
Wednesday through Sunday.
Wednesday to Sunday.
Yep,
Okay.
10 to 5, and then
Okay.
Saturdays we open a little earlier, 8 a.m.
Okay. And people can reach you online.
They sure can.
And they can order these
Online.
online as
as well.
from anywhere in the world. Like
Yeah.
you can, if you have. So with this isn't just. Are they done by state?
So we
Regional?
have. Yep, it's regional.
Okay.
Yep.
So you have like your growing regions.
Exactly.
And you can buy the papers. So if you're in South Carolina,
100.
you could buy the papers that are going to be good for South Carolina.
100%.
And
we
then
can
you have
ship
a-
them with the plants.
Yeah. So so the key, you have the key on the back that explains what plant needs to go in what place.
Exactly.
Yeah,
All the
okay.
acronyms are labeled on the on the back side of the packaging,
Yeah.
and tells you what plants go where, and you simply cut an X where the X is,
Yeah.
fold the triangle pieces of paper
simple.
back, dig a hole, plant your plant, go to the next one, water, mulch.
Yeah,
Now
I
you
mean,
have
if
a-
elementary school kids can do it at Butterfly Ridge, we can certainly do this too. But if you don't want to do that, you can give Brandon a call, reach out to him on the web, and he can come to your house and make it phenomenal, native, supported, beautiful at the same time. Lower maintenance than it would be to try to
Absolutely.
keep plants that are tropical growing in Maryland, right?
100%. This is
But,
gardening
yeah,
for life.
Yeah, this is amazing. All right, we want to keep them around for a long time to come, so visit. It's ecoplantia.com, right?
You got it.
There,
Yep.
you can go, and I'll make sure that's on the screen as well. And of course, you can find them on the socials. But come support them. It's really cool out here. Not cool in temperature-wise because we're outside and I'm beaded of sweat, but it's all right. Laura and I have the heads of hair to prove that it is hot and muggy. But it's okay because 12 months a year you can come here and find out what you should be doing for your garden at that time of year and buying these and maybe sending them to a friend. All right, we really appreciate the time today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.